So, today, ladies and gentle ladies, we are going to talk a little bit about sketching because I feel like sketching is the most important part of making a very interesting, cohesive painting, at least in my opinion. The sketching and then the color blocking is the most important part of it all. I can go into color blocking in another video because I feel like that one deserves a whole like bunch of videos in itself just to understand like the whole color blocking part of it. But sketching we can do in one video because I feel like there are certain things when it comes to sketching that you can kind of line up pretty easily and show you guys pretty quickly, and then it's up to you guys to kind of just practice. Practice makes perfect. So what do you guys need to know about sketching? The first part is you need a bunch of reference photos. So what I advise you to do is to get an account at Pinterest or any other photo sharing website and just save as many reference photos as you can. And this is not only like pose reference photos, but also like light reference photos, color reference photos. I gather so many art reference photos that I use in my sketching as well to kind of like sometimes you want a certain vibe to your sketch so you can take inspiration from other people that have already done that type of style, not like copy pasted completely, but kind of just know the line flow. Okay, maybe they paint eyes this certain way, I would love to paint eyes that certain way as well, so you can have kind of like do it in different ways. The first part, after you have gathered a bunch of reference photos, what you need to do is you need to make a collage. And I'm going to show you, don't worry, I'm going to show you everything step by step. So first, gather a lot of reference photos so you have a bunch to choose from. And then when you have your whole, like, I have like thousands of reference photos in different folders. When you have your like thousands of reference photos, that's when you can kind of start to choose and pick out the ones that you want for this specific sketch. And why is it important to kind of collect as many reference photos as possible? I think it's because like you kind of get into this, that's kind of when you start getting your own style. You know what I mean? I don't know which artist said this, but there was this big time artist. I don't know if it was Picasso, if it was Da Vinci. One of those said that, art is basically just imitating. Was it Salvador Dali, maybe? Someone said that art is basically imitating, but making it better, making it your own, but still imitation. So that's kind of what you need to have in the back of your head. You need to imitate other people, but make it your own. And then you have created something completely different from the original. I feel like I'm just rambling. So, what have I been talking about? I kind of need to go back myself. So, first, reference photos. Second, collage. Third, first sketch. Then, second sketch. Sometimes, third sketch. And what I mean with first, second, and third sketch is basically the first sketch, I kind of focus on just making a sketch that has the proportions right. So I don't focus on the style of the sketch that much. I kind of just focus on getting the proportions right, getting like the flow right. And when I've done that, I open up a new layer for the second sketch. And that's when I kind of go over the first sketch and just fine tune everything so I get the style right. And I don't know, I really, really like this method because it feels like I can focus on one thing at a time. So I don't do both, because sometimes when you try to both get the composition and the structure and all the proportions correct, and also at the same time you're trying to get the styling correct, for me at least, it doesn't work. It just makes everything look very like robotic and not like it doesn't have a feel to it. When I started to separate the two, making one sketch for the proportions and another sketch for the styling of everything, that's kind of when I felt like I actually got a style. I don't know, because I could just completely ignore the whole proportions part of it and just focus on style later, but still know that I had the backbone of everything already done. So that's what we're gonna do. Now we're just gonna go through everything. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna do it together. And as I said, don't forget, if there's anything you wonder, just type it down in the comments. If there's anything else you want to learn, type it down. Anything, I am gonna read everything because not that many people are watching these videos anyway, so it's not like I'll have a flood of comments to look at. Don't worry, type it. I will definitely read it.
So, since I've been taking like 2 weeks to just decide what music to use in the background, I have decided to not use any music in the background and just talk. There's going to be a lot of talking here, so think of this as a little podcast moment, y'all. So, what I'm doing right now is that I'm going to go into Pinterest and just scroll through all the suggested photos that I get. Your Pinterest is not going to look like this the first time you open it up, but you need to search for stuff and then they will recommend you things that they think are like your stuff. But what I'm doing now is I'm choosing this painting, no picture, sorry, it's a photo. I'm choosing this photo and I'm going to use this photo as my painting reference. This is the one that I'm going to show you how to sketch. And here I'm just choosing a bunch of art uh, references of like paintings that I feel I want to like get inspired by. This is the vibe that I want for my art piece. And so I just collect all of them by taking screenshots of the ones that I like, and then I'm gonna put them into collage later. I'm not gonna show you when that happens. Um, I don't know, this is going to be a very long video, so we kind of need to have things to talk about. So I think I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story about how I started painting and why I continued painting basically after that. And then some like in between the story time, I'm going to talk a little bit about the methods that I'm using as well. So here you see I switched to Procreate and I'm just gonna add all the photos and put them together so that they look nice together, very nice. But yeah, so I started painting when I was 14 years old. And I kind of started as a little rebellion against my math teacher because we were gonna take our finals. I went to like ninth grade and I was 14. So we were going to take our finals in math. And it was 3 months left before the finals. And our teacher told us to literally just sit for 3 months and study for the finals. So we were not going to learn anything new for 3 months. Okay, you see where that's headed towards. Not teaching people anything for 3 months can make them pretty bored. But yeah, so what I do is I open up Procreate and I just put the painting next to the actual drawing board, so to say. And I don't really have, I know a lot of artists have like a method of this is how you paint faces, this is how you paint hands. Like they have a specific way of doing it. For me, I just try to see like simplified shapes and put them into the correct like positions, kind of. Um, let's see if I can explain this better. Oh, sorry, my phone is vibrating. I have to turn it off. No, not good when I'm recording, but I'm not gonna redo this. Nope. So I'm gonna see if I can explain this better. Basically, I start with like a circle and then I put the nose because the nose is usually in the middle of the face. I put the nose where the nose is supposed to be, and then I think of, okay, so compared to where the nose is, how far away from the nose is the, the lips, and how far away from the nose are the eyes. So kind of always comparing. After I've done the nose, lips, and eyes, I kind of have the face done, and then I go to the neck. Okay, so how long is the neck supposed to be, and where do the shoulders start compared to maybe the ear, for example. So I measure the distance between the ear and the shoulders, and like, okay, approximately this distance it's gonna be. Yeah, okay, good. Then we got that. And I just continue doing that. Like, okay, so from the shoulder to the cup, no, the hand holding the cup, how far is the distance there? Okay, then we're gonna put the hand in the cup approximately here. Because if you check the chin and the cup, it's supposed to be like that. So always kind of comparing where the object or the thing that you're painting is relative to another thing on the same painting, and continue doing that event. Like it's like kind of like a puzzle, you know, you kind of have to think of it as a puzzle and like a math equation, if we go back to the maths again. um, because when my math teacher told us to study math without learning anything new for 3 months, I was like, no, I already know what I need to know, so I'm gonna take this as I can do whatever I want during math class for 3 months. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. So that's exactly what I did. I sat, and at first I didn't really do anything, but then I got bored. And my math teacher also got pissed off. He's like, you need to do something. You can't just be sitting here doing nothing. So the only thing that I could do that didn't make any noise or like didn't disturb the class, it was to paint. So I just started painting, and I think I started painting like flowers and like really easy stuff at first. But then, 3 months is a long time. So, and our math class, like, it's like an hour, several days a week. Eventually, I got good at art. But I felt like art was kind of like math. You see the way I'm explaining it to you, the whole puzzle, piecing together like a puzzle and stuff like that. For me, art, art, art is like math for me, basically. It's kind of a problem, you need to solve it. How do I do this? How do I calculate the distance that I need in order to get the desired result? So I don't know if some people might like, how do you say, relate to that, but yeah. Now, when we're done with the first sketch, we're gonna go to the second sketch, which I always do in a red color. I don't know why, but I feel like when you use a red color, it helps you later on when you're doing your color blocking to get the correct colors. Uh, Black is like the worst thing to use, I feel personally, when you want to make like vibrant paintings that actually like are true to color and stuff. Some people they can do it with the black, but I can't. So I don't use black for my final sketch, so to say. Never, ever. Sometimes I use blue, but depends on if it's like depends on the painting, but usually red. Usually red. So it's a tip from me to you, to use red as your final sketch. I don't really know how to explain this step, but this is the part where I try to stylize it a little bit. You can see that I'm basically stylizing a little bit in the first part as well, but this is like really just everything in the right proportion, stylizing it, making, because now I have everything in the right proportions that I want it to be. Like everything is in the correct place. Now I just need to paint it or sketch it in a way where I feel like this represents my way of painting. This is the stylization that I want for this painting. And as I said before, it's good to kind of separate these two, to not just have um, do both at the same time, get the proportions right and the stylization right. Instead, you can just focus on the proportions for the first sketch, and then you can focus on the stylization for the second sketch. Because we can't multitask, obviously. No, no, no. Oh, God, it feels like I've been talking forever. A couple of more minutes left, don't worry. What am I going to tell you about now? Oh, yeah, we were talking about math. So I was sketching during math class, and I just got better and better and better at it. And my friends at school, they were like hyping me up, so I got like a big ego boost also from like painting. I was like, "Oof, it's finally something that I'm good at." Um, you know the feeling when you just like get praised for stuff, and you're like, "I want to do this forever." No, I'm just joking. Just joking. Just a prank. Um, oh, everything just shut down. What happened? Oh, there it goes. Sorry, my screen just went completely dead. Um, so I couldn't see the video that you're seeing. But now I see it, so I don't miss anything. Don't worry. We're gonna go back to the math. We're gonna talk about the math. But God, I'm so confused. I'm refusing to re-record this because otherwise I'm never gonna get this video out there, and I really want it to get out there. So yeah. Um, yeah, so I took the paintings that I did during math class and I handed it in to my art teacher because we had art classes at school at that time, not very advanced, but yeah. I handed it in to my art teacher and I got an A. And I was like, "Ooh, I can do this. I can finally get a good grade at something." So actually for in Sweden you can kind of choose different programs to study for high school, and I actually chose to start an art program for high school, and I went there for 1 week. Oh, let me tell y'all, it was the worst week ever. Not because I like the people or anything or the school. It felt like it would be a cool school for me to go to. But damn, that art education program was really shit. Um, I felt like we were not gonna actually get to learn techniques and stuff like that that were actually like useful. It felt like they were using like archaic techniques that, yeah, probably works for some people, but I could already sense that these techniques are not gonna be useful for me. I don't paint or sketch or do art in this way. I'm more of a I want to watch movies and paint at the same time because I feel like I'm being productive type of person. I can't just sit and think about what to paint for hours and hours and hours on end. That doesn't work. But what really made me go like, oh no, I'm not gonna study in this program, was when our no, not art, photography teacher, because apparently you had photography classes. So our photography teacher took us to his kind of like office place area at school, and he showed all of the kids his portfolio. In his portfolio, I don't know if it was like he was taking pictures of dead people or what he was doing, but he was like taking some really weird photos and he showed this to us and he's like, "This is what you guys are gonna do as well." And I was like, damn, no, I'm not gonna do this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave. So after just 1 week at this high school, I actually left and I applied to go to a new high school, which it's also a funny story in itself, and we have some time, so I'm gonna tell you guys about it. So I applied to go to an English-speaking high school and study natural science as a program instead, because I love math. And so I accidentally chose the wrong high school in my application form, and like a completely different high school. And I go to this high school on the first day of like my new school journey, so to say, and I realize that, oh fuck, I'm at the wrong place. So I just go to the principal straight away and I tell him, you know what, I need to switch schools again. This is not, nope, I'm so sorry. And this part is not a part of the whole sketching process. This is a part of the color blocking process. And I'm gonna show you color blocking in another video if you guys want to. So just type it down if you guys want me to show you exactly how I think when I color block. I can make a video on that for you guys too. Don't worry. But basically, what I do for color blocking is I first fill in everything with a main color, which I feel like is like a good in-between color for the whole painting or for the person in the painting. And then I alpha lock it so that I can use big brushes and not like paint outside the lines. And then I just add some colors. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it in another video. It's too complicated to do in one video, and this video is gonna be super long if I do. But yeah, my high school story. So I accidentally chose the wrong high school when I was trying to escape from the art program at the first high school. And I went to this new high school for one day and then I left and I applied to my third high school. Also, it was like an IB program, so it was more of a, tailor your own type of program. And yeah, you had to do like an entrance exam to get into that one. I got in. I went to IB for 6 months, realized that this is not for me either. And I really wanted to go back to art school. So I told my parents, I was like, yeah, I know I've already changed like high school 3 times. How about we try a fourth time? I want to go to this art program at this other high school. And my parents, God bless their hearts, they know me very, very well. So they're like, you know what? No, you need to just take a chill pill and realize that there is not going to be a program that's perfect for you. Just do the best with what you've got and like live your life. Don't let a program decide what you do. So I didn't change to this other high school and do this other art program. Instead, I changed to natural science program within the same high school that I was already in, which was more beneficial for me than to go to continue the IB program. So yeah, that was my art journey. I just became self-taught after that because I just refused to go to art school. Yeah, and this is just a little speed paint of what Procreate recorded when I was painting my paint. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening to me. Hope you didn't get like a migraine from listening to my ranting and rambling because I couldn't choose a fucking song for this video. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a good day. Yeah, bye. Bye 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 bye.